July can be an unpredictable month for aesthetics clinics. Patients are often on holiday, children have broken up from school, and people have more things to do in the summer months, and this might result in you having more gaps in your clinic diary. The good news is that summer doesn't automatically mean that people want to stop spending money, but if you're seeing gaps in your diary, maybe that's because you've got a visibility or a communications problem. So many clinic owners today are spending a whole lot of their marketing time on Instagram, and Instagram is a great platform and we need to be on there, but it can be disheartening when you put out a post and then the next minute it's gone, disappeared into the ether. Your marketing will start to feel easier if you start using other channels, not just Instagram. I see so many clinics in the aesthetic space who are not utilising their blogs or their websites to get new patients. There's lots of talk nowadays about SEO being dead. SEO isn't dead, and certain types of SEO are very much alive. One of those types of SEO that's very much alive is local SEO, because as a consumer, I go to Google to search for a local business near me, and I will look through those local businesses and I will look at the Google Map pack. People are complaining that SEO is dead because we now have AI overviews and new ways of searching for information by using LLMs like ChatGPT. This doesn't mean that SEO is dead. What it actually means is informational queries are being answered by AI overviews, but people are still looking for local businesses on Google, and this is a different type of SEO, and it's one where I see so many aesthetics clinics completely missing out on the opportunity. In this video, I want to explain to you how you can get the best out of your website and use it in conjunction with Instagram so that you can make sure that you've got a steady flow of traffic and people coming into your clinic all summer long. And in this video, we're going to specifically be looking at July. July is going to give you lots of different opportunities to talk about things that your patients and your clients are going to want to know about. Obviously, there's the huge one, which is SPF. In the UK, we're in the midst of an amazing heat wave. We don't experience temperatures like this every day in this country, but it just gives you such a huge opportunity because everybody should be wearing sunscreen. And if people aren't coming in to have injectable treatments or to have laser treatments or whatever it might be that you offer, you should really have a good opportunity to be selling skincare products. Have a think about the different types of questions that your patients ask you when they come into clinic. And we're looking for questions that they ask you around this time of year. For example, they might want to know, can they have treatment before they go on holiday? What type of SPF should they be using on their face, their necks and their bodies? They might have questions around pigmentation and melasma. At this time of year, obviously this is huge for a lot of patients that suffer from skin damage. They might want to know about skincare they're already using, active ingredients, tretinoin. They want to know if they're able to keep using those when they're on a foreign holiday abroad and the sun's at its peak. They might also want to know if they've had a treatment with you, what they need to do to get longevity out of that treatment in terms of not just what they put on their skin, but eating correctly, drinking more water, having a diet high in fruits and vegetables. These are all topics that feed into what you do. You're not just a beauty business, you're a health and beauty business. So these topics will work really, really well on your website. At the beginning, I spoke about AI and informational content. Nowadays, informational queries are being answered by the AI overview. So it means less websites are getting clicked on. So if you want to have an opportunity to get your website in the eye line of people who want your service, the best thing you can do is make sure that you're offering the best information around a topic that you can, and that way you've got more chance of Google actually using your website as a source within the AI overview. This is how search is changing, and this is why it's so important for clinics to be at the forefront of this, because the clinics that are the ones that are going to keep attracting new patients, and those who are doing nothing on their blog are going to find that they're going to fall further and further out of the rankings and have a real lack of visibility as a result. Use your blog to share information about the summer months, about holiday preparation, about what patients need to do to make sure that their skin is looking fantastic all throughout the summer. From the 6th to the 12th of July, we've got Alcohol Awareness Week. Now, we all know that alcohol can play havoc with your skin. It interrupts your sleep, which in turn affects how you look and feel, and it dehydrates your skin. The problem is, when we've got beautiful weather like we have now in the UK, it's very difficult not to want to go to the pub and have a drink. This is what people do. But you can use your blog to educate people around alcohol and some of the reasons why they might want to reduce their drinking or not drink at all if that's something that they would prefer to do. And you can explain to them the actual difference that it can make in their skin quality. You're not just a beautician, you're actually a medical health provider, and these are the sorts of things that will help to build your authority and your trust levels, not only with your patients but with Google, which means that you've got more chance of your website coming up in searches for people who are looking for what you offer. July, as we all know, is still the peak wedding season. Now, you should have been putting in your preparation a long time ago for the wedding season. If you've never written any content about weddings, brides, mothers of the bride, these kind of subjects that people will be looking for at this time of year, you need to be starting doing this now, and then next year your blog will start showing up for some of these key terms. Brides should not be thinking a week before their wedding that they need to get Botox done. It's never going to work, and you've got to be the person that's educating those brides about the lead-in time that they need for certain treatments. It's not just Botox. Think about it. If you want a filler treatment before your wedding, you need a good couple of months for that treatment to settle, and you might need numerous filler treatments before your wedding depending on your age and your skin quality. And this is where your blog content is just a really massive opportunity to be putting out this content, speaking to those people who are doing their research a year before they're due to get married, thinking about the different things that they can have done. Some of these people might be new to aesthetics. It might be the first time that they've considered doing anything like this to their skin, so they're going to need a lot of advice and a lot of lead-in time. And this is why your blog content is so important, to have a strategy and to have a routine in terms of when you're going to publish the content, when that content is going to start to show dividends. It doesn't happen overnight with SEO, but starting it now will be one of the best things you could ever do for your clinic, because a year from now you're going to reap the rewards of what you've done. On July the 24th, we've got International Self-Care Day. This can lead you to creating so much content, because obviously aesthetics is about self-care, and there's so many women out there, especially women with children who are working full-time, who just don't have the time to treat themselves, and it's for you to get across to them that this is important. It's important for their mental health, it's important for their physical health, it's important for their well-being. It doesn't just have to be about injectables. Not everybody likes injectables, but if you have a therapist who offers laser, who offers facials, who offers pampering sessions, this is your opportunity to tell the local audience around your clinic what it is you do and why it's important for people to give themselves the self-care that they need. So, as I said before, you want to have been thinking about your wedding content last July, not this July. If you've not done it, you start thinking about putting on content now for next year. In the same way, in the summer, you should really already be thinking about your autumn content. So autumn, obviously things change in aesthetics, the treatments change, we start to think about more things like lasers, like peels, things that we can get done where maybe, you know, we've got a little bit of flaky skin and it's all right because we're going to be in the house a bit more and nobody's going to see us. So this is really about the things we can do in autumn that are going to lead us into spring and summer of next year, so that our skin looks great and so that we feel really good about ourselves. And I think it's really important that we get that to come across in the content. This is about people feeling good, and there's so much bad stuff happening in this world. You know, it's so easy to get dragged down by listening to the news and the wars and everything else that's going on. People need to feel good about themselves, and that's what you offer and that's what you sell. But if you don't tell people that you sell this and you don't put it out so people can consume this information, they are never gonna know. So it's about getting into a routine with your content. And if you haven't started already, start now. Write about what's happening in July, but write it for next July, because that's probably when it's going to start getting the traction. Once you've got this blog content live on your website, that is an anchor for you to create all the other content that you need to create. You can look at what you've written about in your blog, you can make carousels for Instagram, you can make short form video off the back of that content. You can put stories up on Instagram that link back to your blog post. And what you do here is you start to create a content ecosystem. Now, these things don't happen overnight. You've got to be consistent, and it's difficult if you're running a business, you're injecting all day, you're managing staff. It's a lot to take on. If that's the case and you want to outsource your SEO to an agency that knows exactly what they're doing, because we're experienced and we've done this for many other clinics and we've seen the results, if you want to do that, you should hit me up. You can DM me through YouTube. You can find my website www.boutiqueseo.co.uk, or you can just reach out and send me an email, hello@boutiqueseo.co.uk. I'd love to help you and get involved with your clinic marketing. Your July content should help your patients make better booking decisions, and it should also lead them to book with you. If your website is set up correctly, it has great site architecture and a customer journey that's been well thought out, people will land on your site and they will make that journey through your site onto your booking system, and you will see an uplift in the amount of people that are coming through your clinic door. I hope you find this July video useful. I do a video every month talking about the different opportunities that are coming up in that specific month. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe. You can find out even more information on the blog if you prefer to read. That's it for July. I'll see you again in August.